Okay, and I'm gonna hit record.
Okay. All right, let's let them in.
And I'm gonna hit record.
Okay. Okay. I realized I had my reflection going on over here. All right. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing today? Welcome to Sunday dinner. It's been a while, right? But I appreciate y'all joining us and thank you for being on time. I think it was a bit tardy. Y'all know Grandma always got me working overtime. Oh, I realized I'm not using my right camera. Y'all know I'm a rookie at this now, apparently. We don't even conduct Sunday dinner no more. Like, oh, how did I get small like that? That's interesting. All right, I'm gonna go back to that camera. Okay, all right. Anyway, welcome to Sunday dinner, y'all. Let me play my intro video. We can get down to business. It's been a long time. Why ain't y'all been showing up to grandma's house? What happened? But these conversations are important, and the history is critical. The experiences are important because you start to understand the weight of expectation. I'll say that the weight of expectation on us as a people in the community. We're having important conversations just like that and many more at Sunday dinner. You got your invitation. Conversations for the soul. This is what we're doing every Sunday here at Urban Intellectuals. My name is Freddie Taylor. I'm the CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals, and I'm your host, inviting you to Grandma's table at Sunday's dinner. You remember going to Grandma's house, don't you? The nostalgia of going to grandma house, right? If y'all went to grandma house, and you know you better act right when you get up in grandma house, right? So at grandma house reconvening the family, right? I think this is part of where we've gone astray, right? As a community, we've lost connection with our family structure. So rather than whine about it and cry about it, let's come together and talk about it and start to reconnect our community members who are ready, willing, and able, right, to have these discussions, to engage in learning and developing together and moving the needle, right, on ourselves, our families, our communities, and eventually the diaspora. Down in the comments, let's just have a little bit of fun. Drop your favorite dish that you remember going to grandma's house. Somebody do me a favor and drop sweet potato pie down there in the comments. Thank you. I appreciate you. Listen, we feel like the company that has brought you Black history and culture with our Black History flashcards, our educational tools, our courses, and even our travel experiences is perfectly positioned to have this conversation. That's why we're doing it at Sunday dinner. This is your official invite. Go ahead and click the link and register. Look, Grandma already been looking for you and asking about you. I ain't want to say nothing, but you're already here. Click the link, register. See you at Sunday dinner. All right. Hey, everybody. How y'all been? It's been a few months since we've done this at Grandma's house and had this discussion amongst the community. Did y'all miss us or what? Like, I missed y'all. I'll say it. I'll be the one to admit it. And it's okay. But I feel disconnected, right? It's been a while since I've had an opportunity to engage with y'all, so I'm glad to be back. And let me know if you think we should do this regularly, right? Give me a yes or give me a no, right? I'm expecting an answer. But should we? Yeah, we got to restart it, right? Hey, Gregory, how you doing, man? I appreciate y'all showing up and always ready to show out. But I know like weekly was a lot. So I think we want to slow the pace down. And what we're thinking is monthly. Is that okay? What y'all think about that? I know we kind of talked about quarterly. I don't feel like that's regular enough. I definitely want to be more attached to the community than doing like quarterly. I think monthly is good. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think that's a good pace. That's manageable. I can keep y'all updated on what's happening. I can keep a pulse on what's going on with y'all, like what you're interested in, and kind of where we need to move and go. Hey, is there anybody here? Give me a one if this is your first time here. Give me a two if you're one of our veterans. I know I recognize a lot of the faces and the names, but I'm just wondering if we have any newbies in the building yet. I don't know. I know doing it sporadically is like some people show up. I know our core hardcore community will show up. Hey, Patricia, how you doing? Hey, Sharon. I'm acting like I can see you. Yeah, I'm old enough to be granddad now, so let me act like it. Put my glasses on. Hey, Zandra, Mildred, Gregory, Patricia, Sharon. Yeah, I appreciate y'all joining. I saw Gwendolyn in there, and I saw Dr. Anita, Karen, and Lorraine. Hey, appreciate that. All right, but welcome everybody. I appreciate you dropping by. And Patricia, you're the only new before now, and we got some people watching on YouTube. Shout out to y'all on YouTube. Appreciate y'all. Let me drop our overview of the company to give you an opportunity to learn more about who we are and what we do. Without me boring you with all of the details, we got a quick interview that outlines everything. And then
so much for being with us. First, tell us about Urban Intellectuals. What is this?
Our Urban Intellectuals makes it fun and easy to learn Black history. That is our mission. That is our core responsibility. And we created a suite of Black history products and services designed to rewrite the narrative about Black and African people in the world.
Obviously very important. How'd you come up with the idea for Urban Intellectuals?
Oh, I love to say that it started almost 100 years ago because my father's 95 years old and he's still alive, born in 1929, but he instilled in me the importance of understanding our history and our culture and the pride and respect that it instills inside of us. And while my children were matriculating through the school district, I couldn't believe that the limited discussion about the contributions to humanity that Black people have made were minuscule at best. And I kept thinking somebody should do something. Somebody should do something. In 2016, I became somebody.
You were the somebody that did something, right? And typically, probably the conversations were in February.
Yes, typically centered around February, centered around the same 8 to 12 people every single year, which no disrespect to them and their contributions, which is amazing, but there's so much more glorious.
A lot more. Okay, so you've got a very cool product.
Thank you.
That kind of makes it fun, right? Makes it fun. Tell me about your flashcards.
Our Black History flashcards feature 52 cards in each deck. There's actually 6 in the series, so we have
6 volumes.
6 volumes in the series.
Cards,
so we're really expanding the conversation centered around Black and African contributions to humanity. I like to have that conversation because this is really the story of the world, right? Black history is world history, and too often it's the missing pages of world history. So
and I see on here 1968 Olympics.
Yes.
Bessie Coleman, Black Wall Street. So just all different things to kind of bring it to light.
Bring it to light, and expand the conversation in a easy to understand format. Because on the back of the cards are just simple bullet pointed information about the people. And the first time that you're exposed to it, it just opens your mind and makes you more curious and thirsty for more.
Who are these for?
These are for just about everyone. We have people who are using them with their young children, as young as 18 months, all the way to 95. I'll cap it there with my father's age because most of us aren't exposed to this information, so it's new to all of us.
And you also have playing cards. That's fun.
Yes, so we infuse Black history and culture into everything that we do. So instead of playing with a regular deck of playing cards, we have powerful Black imagery weaved into the playing card deck.
Exposure. What is this? This looks like fun.
Yes.
I don't know how you do a mystery puzzle, though.
You don't know what the finished product looks like, so that's the challenge. But I can tell you there's Black history wrapped up inside.
Sure. Okay. Is it all the same, or is every box different?
The future editions will be different. This particular one is the same right now, but as we expand the line, we're definitely going to do more.
Right. And what else? You guys aren't just in the playing card and flashcard business.
Oh, no. We actually have 19 physical products centered around Black history and culture, but we take it a step further, and we have classes that we teach live Black history to children inside of the Sankofa Club. You can see that at sankofaclub.com, and to adults as well inside of our Sankofa Circle. But we don't stop there. We actually take people on Black history travel experiences to Africa and beyond.
That's so great. What do people, how do people, when they come back from something like that, how do they?
Oh, you're
speechless,
totally, speechless, totally transformed. Because it's one thing to learn about the history and the culture. It's another thing to go see it and experience it for yourself. Be exposed to the food, the culture, the people. It's just a beautiful conversation. You come back changed.
Yeah, I bet. And you've been on several of these, I presume.
I have. I really enjoy it. I love watching the people have these experiences and go through these breakthroughs and breaking down the misconceptions about the contributions of Black and African people to the world.
Where can we go for more information about Urban Intellectuals?
You can go to urbanintellectuals.com, and on all platforms, we are Urban Intellectuals.
Okay, perfect. And you got some of these for the month? You're stocked up?
We are stocked up and ready. Got a special $10
I'm over here just talking. I'm rusty, y'all. What can I say? All right. For those of you that just coming in, appreciate y'all joining us. Welcome to Sunday Dinner. We are back, good people. I'm going ahead and go make it official. We're going to do this one month every Sunday. We're coming bringing Sunday Dinner back. Y'all know I be shy with commitment. So, but I don't like to commit to things if I'm not going to follow through with it, right? So that's why I was like, I don't know. But I'm really ready to get back to building and growing the community, because I know it's a lot going on. Y'all president is tripping out here, and so I definitely gonna give some opportunity to have conversation about that. So for Patricia and the people that are new to Sunday Dinner, it's kind of a different format, right? It's supposed to be less of me just talking at you and more of a roundtable discussion, right? So it's an opportunity like you were going home to grandma's house to get with your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, your nieces, your nephews, and for everyone to engage in a greater conversation. So I have some expectations, right? I expect you to participate, right? We're here to have a conversation. You can go to our YouTube page if you just want to hear me talk and lecture and all that good stuff. Speaking of which, I did want to bring up our YouTube page. Hopefully, y'all are subscribed over there. Please do it. We're trying to crack the 10,000 subscriber mark. But I bring it up because I'm always talking about Black and African history. And one of the recent videos I did is literally on the word Black, right? So the history of the word Black and why are we called that, right? So it's a conversation that I ain't gonna say never, like we talk about it. And if you think about the history of us, particularly in America, we've gone through a lot of iterations of names. And this one seems to be sticking for, at least for now, right? They seem to change every few decades. But that's kind of like what is happening. Anyway, it's an interesting deeper dive. I need to do a part 2 to this so that we can get a little bit more specific. But if you see that over there on the YouTube page, give us a watch. It's like and all that good stuff. It's a pretty good conversation that is developing. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on it if you have an opportunity to listen to it. These pieces will be about 15 minutes. That's my goal. Diving a little bit deeper on that. I think I did another one on the Devil Leopold. I don't like to call him King Leopold II. I call him Devil Leopold II. And he is he was the Belgian president and literally took over the Congo. And there's an interesting discussion, but he killed somewhere between 10 and 20 million Africans, and most people don't even know his name, right? And we always had the discussion around, why do you know who Hitler is and not this guy? Not to compare tragedies, but isn't it interesting that one you know everything about and the other you know nothing about? So it's a deeper discussion about whose pain is seen and whose pain is valued, and then how the world is framed around that. So anyway, some deeper discussions are happening on YouTube. And this is one of the reasons why I kind of disappeared from the weekly Sunday dinner, right? So I've been investing more time in creating social content, and we're building up on that. Now I feel like we got a firm handle of that. I want to get back to having fun, right? Because I think these discussions are fun, and I know that they are needed. I know we've been emailing and talking about our system, so I'll talk a little bit about that in a little while. But I want to hear like what's going on with y'all, right? It's been a while. I think the last time we done this was January, Tamiko. Is that correct? I think we did a January Sunday dinner. So I'm wondering. Let me just start with the elephant in the room, right? Like, how are y'all surviving your guy, man? I mean, y'all president. Like, y'all president is I don't even know. I think what's interesting to me, and oh, please raise your Zoom hand so we can bring you up. Somebody come on to chime in on this discussion. But I think what's interesting, at least in my social feed, I don't know what y'all are seeing, but what's interesting to me is, and this is just my perspective, I could be wrong, how many Americans are like rooting against the country to lose this engagement with Iran? I just do. Is anybody else noticing that? Am I in left field? Like, people are like, it seems as if they're cheering on Iran or Iran. I don't know. I'm just an American. I don't know. But it seems as though they're cheering on The country, right? I'm not, we don't want, I think we, the people, don't want death and destruction on anyone, right? Whether it be their country, our country, or anybody caught up in the mix. But it's like seems in my social feed, at least, like people are excited that this guy is really fumbling the interaction. Zonda, what say you, young lady? How you doing, first of all?
I'm doing well, thank you. You've already said how you are, but I'm doing great. Answer this first part of your question. Well, you were saying how are we doing with with your president and all his madness.
With your
And
president.
eh, the I'm well, I kind of just turn and I hear it, but I don't hear it because it's a lot of noise, and I feel as though that it's they're putting out a lot of noise, so to be as a distraction to what they're really doing. And the smoke screen is continually being put up so you can just dive your attention to this thing and that thing. So, I mean, I hear it, but I don't hear it.
Okay.
Um, and so my way of navigating is um, trying to position myself, well, my husband and I both, ourselves financially, um, tapping into groups like this, as far as building in the direction that we need to prepare for the um, whatever possibilities that can happen, whether it's famine, whether it's the water shortage, or and so forth. So I'm not in in um, in emergency mode every time he says something or does something. Um, I am looking at my stocks. It seems like they go up and down, so I'm like
Right.
benefiting in a way from his craziness. Um, so taking advantage of that time to benefit, if there is stock and investments wise. Uh, and what was the other question you had? How are we
Just
navigating?
yeah. How you navigating, and have you noticed people cheering for Iran?
Oh, that part. So that's what I was going to say. So the other part was as far as am I cheering against or banking on us losing against Iran? And I thought about that, and you know what? My answer is I'm for however it's going to work out for the benefit of me. I don't really, I shouldn't say I don't care about their issues and their
Hmm.
fight. And I don't like being told what I should care for. I
Hmm.
care about me, my family, and our safety and our just us doing what we need to do to be prosperous, to advance ourselves, however that may look. And so that's where I am. I'm not picking a side, the U.S. or with the Iran, however you pronounce it, and I'm for me, and that's where I am.
Yeah, no, I appreciate your thoughts on that, and I think a lot of us agree, right? Because like I think most of us are like, well, why are we even in this in the first place? It does seem like Izzy has drug us into something that they've been trying to do for decades, right? Under multiple presidents, they've been trying to kick this war off, and they finally got somebody to jump and bite. But it doesn't seem like it was an imminent threat. I don't know. I don't get the the status alerts, like the White House does, but the way that this administration has lied and manipulated the markets and really the world around us, I don't know. I don't put anything past them. And I think most of us just don't want our children or our grandchildren drug into this mess and to die over something like for what, right? So I totally kind of feel you on that, Zonda. I don't think Iranians living their life has a hard impact on us over here. But again, that's just my opinion. But I'm wondering as a community, well, because you mentioned a lot, right? Like you mentioned water shortages, you mentioned, is it going to be famine? Is it going to be, I mean, is the inflation going to continue to rise where the cost of living is just outpricing people? Like I know particularly where I live in the south suburbs of Illinois, I'm in like the black suburbs, right? Like our taxes literally double, right? Like they were already high and they went up 100%. And it seems like there's just no stop, right? Like, so when I moved over here, our taxes were like, I want to say I was paying like $4,400 I was going to say a month. Lord Jesus, I'd be passed out. A year, which is high enough, but we're beyond 13,000, 14,000 a month now. And like that last jump to 14,000 went from 7,000 to 14,000 in like a year, right? So I've been here since 2006. So, I mean, you get a gradual incline, but we got up to like $7,000 and now we're at 14,000. So stuff like that is like pissing me off. I don't know like where y'all are, but I'm like, I'm sick because, all right, this is probably too much information, but hey, this is why we at grandma's table, right? Right. My PITI, right? Principal interest, taxes, and insurance is above $2,000 a month, right? So it's like $2,200, which doesn't sound like a lot. Like, oh, well, I don't know. Maybe it does to you, right? Who knows, right? I live in a modest home. $300 of that goes towards the principal. $300. So $300 because you got to pay your taxes for it, so you got to catch up with the deficit and all of that stuff. But $300 goes towards the principal. So even if I paid off my home, I'm still paying $1,900, $2,000 a month. So it's like, do you actually own the house? Like, what do you do with that? And it's like, then I think about what $2,000 can do somewhere else in the world, right? Like, so it's like, well, what? Because we talk about like the American tax, right? So we grew up here, we're comfortable living here, and we have this viewpoint of the world that everywhere else is dangerous. But is it? Right? Is it dangerous? Is everywhere else dangerous? Is it outside dangerous here in the United States? Now you got ICE running around different communities. We already have a violent police force doing their things inside of our communities. So it's like I meet a lot of expats. I'm kind of all over the place here, y'all. It's been a minute. I got a lot on my mind, but I meet a lot of expats, and they just talk about like the psychological benefits of living outside of the country, and and how a lot of the things that we engage and stress about, they're not. It's not even on their minds, right? And it's like I'm going on some trips, so. I'm gonna be in Peru. I'm gonna be in Costa Rica. I'm gonna be in Panama. And it's like I know people are moving to these areas, and they're like, "Man, it's nothing like it's being presented to you." And we know that, especially if you've been to Africa with us, you already know, or if you've ever been to Africa, you already know, like the image that they're portraying is not really what is happening. So to come full circle, like I don't know if the administration, or I don't even know if the government in general is ever really telling us the truth about anything. And I think as a citizen, like that's a real foul position to even be in, right? Come on into the combo, Gwen. I don't know where you want to dive in. Just pick your poison because I know I made like a serious loop there. How you doing, sister? Happy Sunday. Oh, I can't hear you. I don't know if mic's on. I got you, Tamiko. I heard you for a second, then you disappeared on us.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
All right, how are you all doing?
Good, good.
It's good to see everybody, although a lot of you I see every week, and it's wonderful to see your faces on Sunday dinner. But I want to throw this at you. So just give me a few minutes to flesh this out.
Sure.
So this Iraq Iranian war,
Mhm.
the war, and we look at it here as a way of the current administration, as Dr. Lewis has schooled me on saying, because I'd rather call it something else. But the current administration, just for you all's safety and not getting this live in trouble. So the current administration, we know about the Epstein files, and we are looking at the war as one of his major distractions. But there is something deeper. And I want to see what people are thinking about this. I somewhat talked to the class about it, but I really got some information today. So my algorithm, after I do my church online, and after my church service, my algorithm has brought me a lot of information. So one of the pieces of information, so everybody hang in there with me because I want to kind of map this out. So one of the pieces of information I get from YouTube is about how Iran really relates to us as Black people. And Black basically comes from what we called ourselves from the beginning. In terms of words, but so this is the process. So Iran was originally Persia,
Mhm.
and when King Cyrus, and so the Hebrew people were captives in Babylon, and when King Cyrus became king, he conquered the Babylonians. I hope I got this right. And then he freed the Hebrew people. And so as Dr. Lewis and I, for those who don't know, we have attempted a world record with the Guinness Book of Guinness World Record, and we're still working on Dr. Lewis, especially. I've chimed in where I could, working on getting all of our evidence in. But we realized that all through history, whether it's biblical history or Muslim history, when people were when they were in jeopardy of any kind, and even in the Christian story or the story of Jesus, everybody was advised to go to Africa, and they were advised to go to either Egypt or Ethiopia. Okay, so I told you that Iran was originally Persia. So, and then when the king freed the Hebrew people, a lot of them, for protection's sake, they believe went to Africa instead of going back to their original or land. Now, fast forward to now, um, before the war, there was a lot of information, well, I won't say a lot, but there was this information on YouTube about how the Iranians recently found these old manuscripts that describe the Hebrew people as Black or brown people, and how they um and with tightly woven hair or hair like wool, and how the Hebrew people, what they look like, and basically where they, if they went back to their homeland or went to Africa. And so right before this war, this was really, it was a 10 point, and I can put in, I won't be able to put in the chat, but I'll do this for class. I'll put the information where you can see this 10 point, very uh, scholarly description. Now they point out that Iran has no connection, it's Muslim, so it has no connection to telling the history of the Hebrews, no connection in telling the history of, Christianity or anything. But their scholars have dug, have researched, and have found that these manuscripts are found in Tehran, I think that is. And all of a sudden, there is this war with this country that is telling the people that the people who are now in Palestine are not the right people. The people who should be in Palestine are people who look like us. And they describe them, looking Nubian, which I've been there, so I can testify. Freddie's been there, so he can testify. They look like us. So, but all of a sudden, here we are at war, and they're bombing places. And I was saying, are they bombing near where they found this information to wipe out this information? And so to conclude or bring this to a nutshell, today was really interesting. There's several of those programs, but today was really interesting because it was saying that they wanted to say that the people who are there are the wrong people, and the people who should be there are the Black people, because all of their information, this is ancient information. So this is not something that, AI did, and this, they were trying to sneak it in. But this was the key that they said today. There has been underlining context from Iran that they want to promote and protect Black people. So what does your president say? No nukes for Iran. And I was saying to myself, oh my God. I didn't say goodness, I said, oh my God. That's why you were just saying, if we don't know the truth, I believe that's the underlying truth, that if Iran raised up, and if we got our heads and selves together to think this through, there would be a whole different power arrangement in the entire world. And that's what they know. So let's destroy. So the mindset is, let's destroy their evidence. Let's destroy them. What did he say? Wipe them off the face of the earth. And all of us said, oh my God, what kind of foolishness is that? What kind of thinking? Because they are telling the truth, and therefore they want them to be annihilated so we can stay in the dark and they can be gone. So that's why no nukes for them. Let's wipe them off the face of the earth. It's deep. It might be about oil, but it's about us. That's all I have to say.
Might be about oil, but it might be about history, right? As well. I love that.
And us, and about the fact that here, this country, this nation is saying they want to protect us. Not that, because they might know something we don't know, or we're covering our eyes about, and they want to protect us. So if they saw or knew a plan, 2025, what is the plan? If they saw or knew a plan, if they said that U.S. said that they wiped out their nuclear capacities. But just think if Africa and all of the diaspora and all of us were protected by their forces and everything, and they had nukes, we know that the world would be turned upside down in terms of power. And so therefore, that is a deeper to me, discussion that this whole war isn't just about oil. It's about making sure that we stay in our place, or we don't get the information, or we don't have the knowledge. And as I said, I will put that on the information, but it is so, to me, it's so deep. It's deeper than we think. But, there is a plan. And let me just say this, I brought this up in class. There are rural cities, Black cities, or places where Black people are. There are rural cities that they're saying that all of a sudden now they see these drones flying overhead, and these drones are like watching people and giving people tickets and what have you. And it's in several of the more rural Black cities that they're coming up, and the Palantir company that does Palantir, thank you. Palantir company are doing surveillance and forming and have like camps. What's that called? When training camps near their area. So we don't know. Maybe the Iranians knew. I mean, everybody knew about 2025 and just ignored it. But maybe they know of something a little deeper. And so, yeah, we just have to look outside of all of the boxes of, the normal news that we get, and try to find those kinds of, that kind of information. But when you put all of that together, that to me, that makes sense, because most of us were saying, well, he's going to war to cover up Epstein and to get oil. But no, it's deeper than that. It's about us. All right, I'm through. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh no, feel free to get on the soapbox. We definitely we definitely want it, right? That's because that's an interesting perspective. I only hear that in some circles, hear that conversation happening, because that area of the world is very old, is very interesting. And I see Natalia talking about the how the West destroyed the Ottoman Empire, like that whole region, the Persian Empire, like all of that region kind of goes together. So it would be interesting to find out like what is the deeper history, right? Because it seems like everywhere you go around the world, the more and more you dig, the deeper and deeper you go, the blacker and blacker it gets. So it's really kind of interesting, right? So to be able to go over there and need to control the area so that you can control the research, and you can control the history that comes out of the area so that you can control the narrative, is really, really interesting to me. But that also, I think the world is shifting, and this, I guess this is more of like an economic discussion. Like, what would we do if the world's currency wasn't the dollar anymore? Right? Like, that's like, what if the rest of the world did stop trading oil in dollars and went to the yuan? Or like, which is honestly, like, that looks like the trajectory. There's a Ray Dalio is I don't know, billionaire hedge fund manager or whatever, but he wrote a book called Principles. But he also got another book of, oh man, I got to think about it. I could find like the YouTube video, but he got a book called, yeah, The Changing World Order, Why Nations Succeed and Fall. So it just talks about the world power over the last, I don't know, I think it does like the last 1,000 years or something. And like when you're what happens basically when you're in a world power whose money is, the world trades its commodities in their dollars. What happens when that changes, when the guard changes, when we went from the British pound to the American dollar, right? Like what happened in Britain and stuff like that. So what the idea is, what's about to happen to the United States when this change of currency happens? Because every empire falls, right? Like that's been the pattern, at least of the capitalistic empires, right? That's been the pattern. They all seem to trip, fall over themselves, and America is exuding a lot of those principles. Like it's coming, right? So like what's gonna happen during that period. Well, inflation, hyperinflation is definitely part of that. But like, I just wonder what are we gonna do, right? Like, what are people on the ground gonna do? I would imagine the Trump family, they gonna be all right, right? I mean, they fleecing the country, they fleecing the country anyway, as it seems right now. I think he's made like $3.5 billion since last year, right? Like, and I don't know if y'all pay attention to the comments, like people are really defending this. Well, he's a businessman. He spent a lot of money to become president, which all sounds insane, right? Like I thought this was about doing the right thing and for the democracy and all of that. But it sounds like they're okay with him making a business play, which is, I don't know, it's kind of unprecedented, to be honest with you, exactly what he's doing. But what I'm getting at is the rest of the world is like sick and tired, right? Like everybody's sick and tired of the bully on the block. And like they're starting to get together and they're like, you know what? We don't even need to sail into that country. Like there are 6.5 billion of us on the planet. Like we don't even have to do business with them at all. And I think Trump is like helping people make that decision because he's alienating, I mean, everyone, right? Like, I mean, Canada, right? I mean, Canada's not a perfect country, but geez, like, how do you alienate Canada, right? Mexico, like he's alienating everyone, even the European Union, right? Like he's getting rid of them. So it's like, well, who's going to side with the bully? And what does that mean for us? Right? What does that mean for us? So to go back to Zonda's point, like I'm concerned about us. I'm concerned about my family, right? And I'm literally thinking I might leave the country this year. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. So I don't know. I got a lot of angst around all of this because we already know that I think Zonda mentioned like famine and water shortages. Like these people done lost their mind when they got stuff. So like what are they capable of in times of panic, right? And we already know everybody's walking around with a gun on their hip, right? This is just, the United States. So it kind of just makes me wonder, like, where are we going as a community? Where are we going as a country? And it's got me concerned. All right, let me try to catch up quite a few are trading in the one, Russia stocks. Yeah. India
Want to
bar.
jump in.
Oh, come on in.
I just want to I want to differentiate instead of just saying people are defending it or saying kind of praising or going along with it. Let's be clear, it's MAGA for the most part.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't want it because we have to be very careful with the words that we use and things that we say because then people they take something and like, well, everyone's saying it. No, not everyone is saying it. The majority of people that are saying it are MAGA supporters. And I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah.
For the moment.
Well, that's real, which I can't even understand how they're still supporting, but it's just the level of delusion in the country. And like I said, I don't know how much y'all like pay attention, to like what is being said in social media. Like I think what I'm getting at is whatever the post is interesting, but the comments is really more telling about where the country is at. And like them folks in the comments are wild. Like it's just some wild misinformation being spread, not just by MAGA, right? Like and I'm gonna kind of shift gears a little bit, but by the conscious community as well. Like I literally read this week. Well, wait until folks find out that Christopher Columbus and George Washington are Black. And I was like, well, where did that even come from? Like, I was like, now that's interesting. Apparently, George Washington is a Moor and he was part of the Moroccan tree. Like it was just, like it's wild in the comments, y'all. Like it is just wild in the comments. And I've been down the Morris rabbit hole. I've had fun with that, but like I've never heard nobody say George Washington was a Moor and Christopher Columbus was black. I was like, that was a new one to me. So I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with that. I'm just it is just an interesting place. It's an interesting time in the world. And I just think about like all of our children like growing up in this, right? Like do you like life has always been challenging, right? But can you really imagine growing up in this era? Right? Like how I had somebody else tell me through one of our comments, we were talking about a lack of information. And they were like, well, there's no lack of information because you got the internet and this and that. And it's like being in salt water, right? You technically got water, but you can't drink it. So it's like you technically got information, but how do you ingest it? Because you can't even tell what is what. And then now you introduce AI and you got literal clones of people. You got literally cloning your voices. I was watching a video today, in fact, and this guy said he was walking past his daughter's room and he heard her say, "Okay, daddy, I'm on my way." And he's the dad. And he's like, what? Like, so he go in and she was like, "Oh, Dad, I was coming. You told me to come to the front door." And he was like, what? She's like, "Yeah, you called me," and show him the phone. It's like a call that says dad. And he's like, "My phone is in the kitchen on the counter, but somebody then spoofed his voice and has been calling his daughter, trying to get her to open the door or to come here." And it's like, man, like what are we creating as a society? Like what are we doing? Like what are we doing as people? I don't know. Sometimes I get I get out here in these thoughts, but it's like, yeah, dangerous, right? Curious what Columbus was.
That is that's scary, Freddie. Um, and and this goes back to a conversation that you had a while back about teaching our children about propaganda, and not only our children, just our community in general, so that they can understand it when they see it, that they don't buy into everything. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think it's something that we have to really, that's the conversation that we have to keep going. That's a point that we have to keep making, because there's so much misinformation out there, especially with AI and the videos that are being made. And when someone says something, sadly, many people, take it as truth. And so, we definitely have to make sure that is something that we keep in the forefront of our conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's wild out here. So bless y'all that are raising young children and, grandbabies and all of that. Like man, I don't even know how to navigate this space because it's just so wild out here. And I see you talking about the MAGA split. I mean, they have split because they're just off the reservation. Like they're just off the reservation. So I can definitely see a split. You're talking about Tucker Carlson. I haven't watched Tucker. Every blue moon I turn on Fox News, y'all. I can't. I just be curious. I'd be curious to see, like, well, what are they saying? Because we can't just stay in our own little bubble either, right? Like you got to get out and kind of hear other people. I'm not saying debate them or give legitimacy to anything. I'm just saying it's interesting to hear. You need to know where folks are coming from. I think it'd do us some good, but it ain't. I mean, I don't. They just facts don't matter. Like literally, facts don't matter in this environment. Like it just it. I mean, have y'all seen I want to do a video on this. Is it RFK? The he was before one of the commissions and talking about infant mortality rates, or at least the sister was pressing him about infant mortality and how is he going to deal with the black infant mortality rate is unusually high. And this dude said, "Well, I don't think that the government should be involved in DEI." And she was like, "What? Like, what the hell DEI got to do with any of this?" And he's like, "Well, it's just so divisive in the country. You don't need to be dividing the country like that." And she's like, "The black infant mortality rate is abnormally high. And if you don't want anybody to even use the word black, how do we designate funds to make sure that we lower this infant mortality rate in this particular segment of the community?" And he's like, "Well, I think we have a handle on that." And she's like, "We definitely don't." But of course, he didn't even address the question, but he kept talking about DEI. And I thought that was really, really interesting how they operate. And that's like literally okay, Tamiko got me. How MAGA operates, right? Like they have their talking points and they just stick to them regardless of any particular facts that come before them, right? Oh, okay, wait. Fox booted Tucker a couple of years already. He's an independent and fun. Okay. Oh, I don't know. I've seen I don't know. I've seen a lot of Tucker Carlson, but I don't know. They are misinformed. It's not even funny. Yeah, it's not even funny how I follow this young brother, Isaiah Washington. Is that his name? I don't know, but he's often talking about how MAGA is a cult. And it just really appears that way because any type of facts that come before them, it just doesn't really matter. Um, they are locked in on their perspective, and it just kind of is what it is. So I tilt my hat to people that really try to debate these individuals on a consistent basis. I can't even be in the comments with them because if facts don't matter, I don't know what do you even debate, right? What do you even debate if facts don't matter? But all right, I know enough of the doom and gloom, right? Let me shift to another conversation I wanted to make sure I had with y'all, which is traveling, right? Are you traveling internationally or not? Is that like out? Has the war in Iran like shifted our movement? Are we domestic based now? Give me some thoughts down in the comments. I'm interested because I know we were planning a trip to Egypt, but I'm spooked about going in that area right now altogether. Like I wouldn't go. I wanted to go to Thailand. I'm not even going. I don't want to cross. I don't want to personally. I don't want to cross over there at all. Tucker posts pissed off the people in DC. The Pope. Oh my God, the Jesus joint. Y'all president, man. Y'all president is pretty wild. We cannot be a free and prosperous country until we are a sovereign country. What does that mean? Our leaders elected by us have to be able to make decisions in our interest, not to the exclusion of everyone else. You don't have to end other people's civilizations in order for your own country to prosper. Doesn't work that way, but you have to put your people's best interest first, or it's not a legitimate system. And he goes on. Oh, okay. So he rocked the boat with that one. Absolutely. I do not live in fear. Dr. Anita says she outside. Mildred says, if I traveled internationally, I want it to be one-way trip. Not sure where though. Yeah, I'm on the one-way boat. Like I'm back on this. It's time to go. I at least want to live out of the country for a little while. I'll say that. I want to live out the country for a little while. And like usually when I get into this conversation online, people say, "Well, why don't you stay? Just go away." If you hate the country, I'm like, "Look, we died for this country, so I ain't giving up no passports or nothing like that." But I do want to experience life outside of the country. I think the world is a big place. I don't have to stay in the corner that I was born in. So I want to explore a bit more. So, all right. So we got two people that are outside during these times. I mentioned to y'all that I'm traveling, but I'm going south. Um, I don't know. I don't want to fly across. I don't know, man. I guess you should be nervous no matter where you go, but I'm actually planning on leaving. I won't survive here. I hear that. 12 of us went to Grenada in the Caribbean 2 weeks ago. Oh, how was Grenada? I haven't been there. I want to go there. I want to go everywhere. So I don't even know why I bothered to say that stuff. Like I definitely want to visit everywhere and have those engagements. But I'm just so curious about traveling to other places. And oh, you know what? One thing I did mean to mention to y'all, because I posted in our um Sankofa Universe site about the citizenship in Benin, right? So I brought that up, and it was really interesting. I was really excited for a minute, but I kind of alluded to y'all that I did a deeper dive. So it's really more ceremonial citizenship than anything. So you can sign up. I think the application costs like $100. And it takes, I think they said like 3 months, something like that. But you basically get a passport. You get a Benin passport for 3 years. And then after 3 years, it expires unless you basically move to the country. If you move to the country, then you can get a full permanent passport and citizenship. But really, the program, My African Origins program is ceremonial. Now, Sierra, Spike Lee, not Spike Lee. Is it Spike Lee? Yeah, Spike Lee. It's not Spike Lee. Sierra and Ludacris. They got these citizenships, but they're over there building land and stuff like that. So they're going to end up getting the full civilian status in Benin. So I don't know if you got some money or you got some time and you want to go over there and live. I think you got to stay for 2 years or you got to buy property for 2 years or something like that. Then you can get the full citizenship. So it looks good on the surface, but there's some holes in it. So like I said, after I started kicking the tires around that, it kind of fell apart. So I don't know. I'm still looking for different ways to get passports in other places. I know Panama, Portugal, and I think it's Colombia. If you have $1,000 in passive income, you can stay in the country. I don't know. I forget what their citizenship requirements were, but I know they were lower than a lot of other places, but it was all predicated around passive income. So that was like a big major point. So if you have, a retirement check or, comfy retirement or you got dividend yield in stock or you have a rental portfolio, stuff like that will give you an opportunity to gain citizenship in other countries around the world if that interests you. I don't know how many of y'all are interested in that, but I'm definitely interested in having more conversations about that. And tell you says check out Greece. I haven't heard about Greece. All right. So, if y'all got any countries that you want me to look into, I am interested in this, so I don't mind doing a deeper dive and then sharing my thoughts on it. Greece, I'm just putting some notes, citizenships. Yeah, I'll get the details on the others. Panama.
I think it was Spike Lee, but I'm not sure.
It is Spike Lee? Okay.
I think. I'm not sure. We got to do a little research on that one. But I think it was.
I kind of waffled on it because I was trying to remember the wife name, and I feel like it is Lee, though. I feel like it is Spike Lee.
I can't remember his wife's name. All right, I'm gonna tap to unmute me.
Yeah. No, you're good, brother. How you doing today? Come on into the discussion. Let me pick your brain.
All is well.
Yeah. Where are you at in this part of the world?
Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Okay. Is this your first time on Sunday dinner?
Well, this is my first time talking. I've come in here and there, not too often, but
okay.
This is the first time I'm actually talking to you. Nice to talk to you, Freddie.
Yeah,
I'm Gary.
You too, brother. You too.
Well, we just getting back started. So this is the first, well, this is the second one of the year. The first one was in January. So I went on pause for a while. So I appreciate you coming back and engaging with us. Um, what do you think about, let me bring up what Gwen was talking about, was the war in Iran, uh, maybe being done to cover up some history that's coming out of the area.
I'm not too sure much about that, Freddie. Maybe somebody else might have some more information.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know too.
I know. I'll put you
Anything
on-
is possible, but I don't know.
Anything's possible. I can go for that. It's
Maybe some, yeah.
yeah, especially with this this administration is something wild. So let me ask you another question. Are you interested in moving out of the country? Does that conversation interest you?
No, not for me.
Not for you.
But I think you're bringing us some good information about Benin being ceremonial, which is, I guess, for those who maybe have the kind do it, they can do it for $100 and for 3 years and see from there, and then think about if they really want to go. Like you said, if somebody's retired or has an income to go over there and check it out.
Yeah.
So who knows? Possibility is there, at least to think about, and possibly. Not for me though, but somebody else might be interested.
Okay. You locked in right now. No, that's all good. We all got our different things. Okay. But no, good talking to you, brother. I appreciate you showing up too. So I appreciate that.
Thank you, Freddie. I'm gonna go sign out for now, but I'm still listening, but I'm paying attention. But maybe somebody else might have some more information. I'm sorry.
No worries, brother. No worries. I'm a drag brother Ray into the conversation.
Okay, I'm gonna mute mine.
Yeah.
Oh, they try to drag me into it.
Yeah. I saw you over there. Look. I was like, oh, let me get Brother Ray. So you popped up on my screen.
I'm just listening, paying attention. I don't know if I want to. I was just saying you might have to have some long pockets to kind of move out the country for sure. You're gonna have to have some long pockets, or you're gonna go somewhere else and starve. But as far as Iran, it's a lot of stuff going on with Iran and the administration.
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious? It started with that one walk across the red carpet with Putin in Alaska. Or about 6 months ago now, I don't know. It started right there. That's where the plan started unfolding. What did they need that meeting for? All of a sudden, the big plan's unfolding. Sanctioned oil is unsanctioned for him. Yeah, it's so corrupt. You lose track. It's something more corrupt every single day.
Every day.
You lose track. It's something more corrupt there. I've never seen it like this. I've been here 52 years and I never noticed no president like this one. This is this president here this is the most corrupt thing I've ever seen.
And that's saying something.
Watergate didn't have nothing on this.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing on this. And in the way he acts, it's not even him. He's not smart enough to be that. It's the people that's writing him. It's not him. He's not smart enough to do that. I looked at his grades. I see he's not smart enough to do this. His business acumen, he's not smart enough to do this. He failed. His business has failed. He's just a corrupt guy. Some corrupt people put him there.
Yeah, because they can wag the dog, huh?
I don't know about the terminology, but yeah. He's definitely not him. It's not him. He's being propped up by writers. That man is too old and senile. That man damn near senile. I don't know. He damn near senile. So
yeah, he wild.
He's a wild guy, man. And about moving out, and then he said you knew he was wild when he said he was gonna grab him by the pee. And no, he was wild when he said it was good people on both sides. And I don't remember that, but I remember that. I was like, oh, oh. So you don't go with the peaceful people. You go with the people causing trouble. Oh, okay. And then so when January 6th came and you started pardoning all these people, nobody notices this. He's getting money on his own. What president can earn money while they're in office? If you could do that, you could control the economy. The kind of stuff he does is appalling. It's just appalling, man.
Yeah.
He
made $3.5 billion while he's been in office.
Man, I can't even spell that.
I hear it for real talk, real talk.
I don't even know what that means, but you
I
know
don't,
what I
yeah, it
mean?
don't even mean nothing to us, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I don't even know what that means. But yeah, he does somehow, and he just got some. It's just showing the fabric of the country, though. You know, actually, it's showing the fabric. Well, there's another. I think there's something deeper than that. When Elon was in, did that Doge move? Why? Have you ever seen something like this? No. He couldn't pay the man money for what he did for giving him that election. He couldn't pay him money, but he could put him in a position to make money off of what he done.
yeah.
There's a back door. I don't think all those people voted for Donald Trump. I don't think all those people voted for him. I think there's a back door in the mechanism, the machine. I think there's a back door because
Yeah,
who's counting?
seasoned files over there, right?
No, in the machine, there's a computer involved at some point. We're talking Elon Musk, right? We're talking satellites. We're talking power cores that collect information. Yeah,
Well,
that's strange right there.
he
And
definitely
then,
got his money back in government contracts.
right, so why would you? This is how he paid Elon by letting him move some stuff around. What did he say? He got to get rid of some stuff, and it was the Department of Education, some things he wanted to get rid of, and just to make America
Oh, yeah, they
more
dismantled the
economical. Who
Department of
is he?
Education. Yeah.
Who is he? What made him? What made him not eligible, but prepared to do that or were in that office? Where did he go to school at? How come he was able to do that? No, that was a favor, returning a favor. What kind of favor did you have to have? He gave him the election. Yeah, he gave him that, and he gave him something. Now you seeing it on broad TV, broad light. You see it, and nobody questions it. The media don't question it because it's in cahoots. It's all tied together. Seems.
Yeah, they up to something.
Anyway, it might just be a wild conspiracy, but it makes sense.
Hey, anything's possible in this climate, brother. Anything's possible. Yeah, but
Yeah, but he burned
I
an American
appreciate
thing. He burned an American Constitution down though.
Oh, yeah, he
I know
exposing them.
man. Everything that they're moving the target again. The target getting moved. As soon as you start settling in and realizing you could try to have something, they move the target.
Yeah,
Like, oh, you don't even got to try to worry about this no more because this ain't even there. Just move the target on me. We left in 1865 without nothing, and they built penitentiaries to put us in.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna move the target. Oh man, it's wild out that way. Wild out this way.
It is, brother. It is. That's why I be
it's
talking
wild.
about leaving.
Yeah, man. But shoot, where you want to land at is in some place where we can make a living too. You know what I mean? A lot of people, a lot of black folks I know don't got a passive income.
Yeah.
That's just for one.
No, that's
you
real
got to have something coming out. You buy a house and have something. But first, you got to buy the house. I buy the house, pay it off some, and then have somebody renting it and not get passive income. But you got to kind of be on site for stuff like this.
But a lot of us have retired, have retirement checks, work for the federal government, retired from the military,
right.
and
they would have to bring a ladder.
Yeah,
they would have to leave a ladder. Those people that could leave would have to leave a ladder for a normal person with good intentions and good integrity to leave with them. If there's no ladder, that person can't leave either. There's no way to leave.
That's real.
So somebody has to build a ladder.
I'm glad we're having it. I want to go deeper with this. I want to make sure we have a focused conversation on that.
Right.
That's good, brother. I appreciate you, Ray. Is this
For
your
sure.
first time?
Yeah, this is my first time. I just been letting the kids listen in, and I'm trying to give my black children an experience where they can hear other black folks that got similar acumen, I should say, maybe, or some similar thought patterns, and and not get exposed to, because the inner city is still man, they act like they him, and man, they trying to kill us more than. Yeah, that's a whole nother subject, though. That's a subject for another time.
We'll get there. We'll get there. But I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you trusting us with the children, right? Like letting them hear and tap in. So,
for sure. I know you gotta be woke to be trying to get to another country. I know. I know. For sure, you gotta be woke to be doing that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm gonna make sure I share the conversation, but we gonna definitely keep going on that. But
for sure.
Let me keep going. Yeah. Appreciate you again, brother. I got you. All right, Gwen, come on in. I don't know where you wanted to go, but I want to make sure we gonna have a repatriation conversation. Go ahead, sister.
So, Brother Ray, are you from Philadelphia?
I'm from California.
Oh, okay. Is that an Eagle shirt?
Yeah, that's an Eagle jersey. You know, I rock
Okay.
with them
All
Eagles.
right. All right. Because I'm from Philadelphia. I thought I saw that Eagle shirt. So great. Thank you for supporting us. Okay.
You know, I'm a Harriet Tubman. Harriet.
Yeah. So, a couple of things. I'm going to piggyback on what Brother Ray said. So, the present administrator of the administration, when he got in, he said Elon did some things in Pennsylvania, and then because Elon Musk came to Pennsylvania, stayed, and this is what the administrator of the administration said. Elon came to Pennsylvania, he did some things in Pennsylvania, and then I won the election. And so I said, yeah, you messed with our machines. I totally agree with that, because he can't keep anything to himself. So he said, he did some things in Pennsylvania. Now, what things were they? And so, because Pennsylvania was a major state that needed to be won by Harris. And it didn't happen because Elon Musk. So I truly agree that Doge was the payback for the his tinkering with machinery that got him the election. And also that you were asking what helped him to be put over that. If you have heard anything about Elon's father, he could just wear the crown of racism, the racist racism. He is horrible. And so that's why the education piece and DEI and everything else went by the wayside, because his father is horrible, just like Trump's father. He was horrible in the sense that I think as a counselor, I've psychoanalyzed him. Besides being a megalomaniac narcissist, he became that way because he was always trying to, I think, get in his father's good graces, and his father just looks like someone who was just fortunate to get into real estate, but he was not up the upper echelon. If you've ever dealt with non-melanated people, there's levels of where they are. There are those who have been wealthy for years, and they they behave and think and travel in a different kind of mindset. And then there are those who just knew how to make some money, but they're on different runs. So that's another lengthy conversation in itself. But just to go back to what I was saying, remember now who really started this war. The war was really started by Israel. And going back to what I was saying, if Israel was shaky or upset because Iran had discovered this information, then remember, in Israel, you cannot get a blood test for your DNA. It is forbidden for you to get a DNA test, because they know if you get a DNA test, it would say you don't belong here. You go,
Yeah, right.
your people came from somewhere else, so they cannot. Now that's deep. By law, you cannot get a DNA test. So that war, and then Trump saw it as a good diversion too. But that makes sense that they really were the ones who really wanted to start the war, because their home, all of them who don't belong there, their homeland was not homeland, but their claim to fame or claim to property or claim to land was being put into jeopardy. So what better way? Let's get that person who has mental health issues over there to start talking about wiping these people off the face of the earth. And then, him wanted to make Gaza a resort and everything, and then we'll have all of that, and we'll be good to go. So, going back, you can kind of look at the breadcrumbs and see where all of this kind of makes sense in terms of why it was started, because they were claiming that this is their land, but this was the land that was promised by God to them, but it wasn't them who it was promised to. It's not them. It's really us. So that's basically what I wanted to say. Thank you.
I like it. I like it. Yeah. Gwen likes to smoke, y'all. She wants all the smoke. But no, that's good. That's good. Brother Ray, she chimed in for you. But no,
We're a little. I think our civilization a little older than that. So if we go back 10,000 years when we was Asiatic and black, when the Asians first came over and I don't know, assimilated with us, there was an Asiatic black civilization.
Our history, our civilization is
10,000 years.
no 150,000 years.
Yeah, I'm just going 10,000 back before Christianity.
Yes, but I'm just saying that our people, our people were the first people. There's nobody else before us. And then our people, our oldest people who had a semblance of civilization, that went back to 150,000 years. So
And the Caucasian is only 6,000 years old.
I'm sorry.
And the Caucasian is only 6,000 years old.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
That's all.
They are.
I'm not going.
There's so much history. There's so much history behind who came first and who did what, but it all started with us, and probably will end with us. In terms of everything. But and when I say it, I don't mean wiped out or anything. I just mean the foolishness and will be with us. But yeah, we go back in terms of syphilis, people who started forming a civilization, the San people of South Africa. And you can look at them now. If you look at them, you will see that they look Asian. They have the more of the Asian look, but they are African people. They were not Asian people, they were African people. So sometimes I'm wondering if when people are saying Asian, are they, well, then if you look at the ancient Asians, they were Black people too in the Asia area. So the first ones were everybody was. So and Dr. Lewis, chime in here if you're still on, because we did that deep dive for the Guinness, and we were like, oh my goodness, well, I knew I had already taught the Sankofa students about the San people, but when you look at the San people, they have more Asiatic features, or what we would call Asiatic features, but we look like we replicate anybody and everybody that's on this earth. We have the genes to do that. So they have more of the Asian look. They don't look with the eyes more so. But you look at us and we are everybody. We can produce everybody. No one else on this earth can do that. So not another person, not another group. And I don't even say race. We're all the human race coming from us. So yeah, so Yeah, so
Right.
we go way back, way back. Well,
So when we were, but recently we were colonized and brought to America, though. And before that colonization, I don't think, most of us weren't Christian before the colonization.
Oh yeah, we
So
were,
I don't
and we
know.
were Christian.
Well,
Yeah,
it
in
depends.
Ethiopia,
Have
in
you ever read
Ethiopia.
the book Destruction of the Black Civilization by Chancellor Williams? Do you agree
No,
with the author?
no, I haven't. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, if you haven't read it, there's just some good reading. Matter of fact, Audible. Well, it's some things about our history that's in that book that I believe to be very accurate,
Hmm.
and that's what started to change my mindset on some things. I
Right,
read
but
that book a few times,
let
and I'm
me
like, if
let me just say this about Christianity. There was the first church, the first church that was ever built, and we did this on in the Guinness. Um, oh, let me put it this way. I don't because when we start talking about church, then we get into um what we see today. But the first structure ever built that was for people to gather and worship was built in Ethiopia. And Freddie has been there, and Freddie has seen um, uh, Lalabella.
Mm.
And the first believers were, or one of the first believers, and how that happened was that one of the disciples had talked with the Ethiopian eunuch, and he took it back to Ethiopia, and uh, that's where people started to find out about Jesus. This is before
that's
Christianity.
340, that's 346 AD.
Yes.
That's 346 AD.
I'm not sure. Is Dr. Lewis, are
He's
you on?
talking. She's not on. He's talking about the Nicene Council.
Oh,
Council.
the
Council of
Nicene
Nicaea.
Council.
That's the Nicene Council is 325 AD.
Oh,
325.
okay. But yeah, this was way before that. This was before the councils and everything. And then after the people who
That
participated
Nicene Council,
in
that
the council,
Nicene Council wasn't nice.
yes, and
That king got to write whatever he wanted, and then if we already had that, why would they have to beat that into us and make us take other stuff and another culture if we already had it? They wouldn't have to
But
beat us to take
they
it, to
didn't beat
accept
it
it.
into you. They bastardized it.
yes, thank you, Freddie. They did. They bastardized it because the Ethiopians, their belief, am I correct in this, Freddie? Their practice of Christianity is African based. It is not, they have not been colonized. I know what you're thinking about that white Christ you saw,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
but other than
yeah,
that,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, in the church. Yeah, they
I was
making money
coming.
down there right now. That's what.
yeah,
I believe in God. I believe in the Spirit. I believe that God didn't need a book or any religion to talk to you. I
oh,
believe that He still talks to you through
and,
through just you. I
yeah,
believe you are
and
the beacon. I
that
believe that
was
it's just
the
there in you.
That sounds like Jesus.
I
that
believe it's just there in you.
yes, I totally agree. And that was the belief system that the Africans used that had been introduced to Christ, introduced to Jesus. But what I'm saying to you is that they're they if have you ever read the Ethiopian Bible or any parts of the Ethiopian
No,
Bible? Yes. See,
no. I just believe he weaponized it. I just believe the man here weaponized it in 1619
no,
or thereabout. I believe he
not the
weaponized it then. I mean,
not the
he tried to tell us that it was a white God, it was a
and
white
it's
Jesus. We needed to
and
sit
it's
in the
not.
back. I believe at this time he weaponized it against our minds.
Yes,
He
yes,
didn't
he
use
did.
it right. In its pure form, God is just in you. God is just in you. God is just
And
in
that's
you.
what the Ethiopian Bible has 88 books that they took out. I mean,
Right,
they have
right.
66 books, so they took out 22 books. But what I'm saying to you is the Ethiopian Bible is totally different, and and the pictures and the original pictures, not the pictures that they're making, because most people who visit Ethiopia are more white, just like in Egypt, more white people than black people. But in ancient Ethiopian Bible and books and scrolls, they have a black Jesus. So when I say the Hebrews, I mean everybody, including Jesus, and that's what Dr. Lewis and I taught too. We teach this. This is, Jesus was not. Jesus had more African experience and influence because he was raised in Egypt, so Moses and everybody else, and that's what that video I was talking about. That's what they were teaching. That all of those people were black. It wasn't like they were white and then they turned black. I mean, they were all black. So so Jesus, everybody. So then when you read that portion where it says, we were created in the image of God. But God is spirit. So
You talking about
everybody,
King James?
Jesus, Moses, Joseph, don't get me started on all the Jacob, everybody in there was black. That's what this Iranian piece was saying, that everybody was black. From everything that was ever written in the Bible, all the people were black. So
I
when you look
understand
at
that.
it, turns everything on its head.
Mhm.
It turns everything on its head because when you go to the Catholic Church, you have these white saints and everything. But if you look at the original people, like you said, they used that to keep us in a state of a servitude by turning them white. But
Yeah,
the Iranian piece was saying every single person that you saw or read about in the Bible was black, or was that, if you don't want to use the word black, then they are described as dark complected with curled or tightly curled hair. That's the way these ancient scrolls from Iran were reading. So then it goes back to, well, who are these people over here then? Right? And Anwar Sadat, who was president in the 60s in Egypt, said, how do people go away black and come back white? So I'm gonna end it with that. So I mean, even in 1960, I think six or somewhere around there, 69, 66, they were like, why are these people coming back white? The people who left were black. And there are old videos. Now you can look this up for yourself. There is an old video of people in Israel, and it's all black people. And it's an old video. It's like, like when they first start using not videos, but film. And everybody you see is black in Israel. Little children playing and everything, and it's like, wow, we we've been really duped. But that's what they don't want coming out, because it turns everything on its head. Religion, now the white supremacists, after the
yeah. They
Christian
called it the $1 trillion secret. The white man knew he was doing. He called it the $1 trillion secret.
right.
That's what
Hmm.
they called it. I didn't know what they were talking about when I first heard there was a $1 trillion secret. But you know how much
Well,
they got to do to block that and continuously block who you are.
right. So you got to wipe out a whole nation.
And then we
Wipe
don't
them
care. A
out
lot
of
of
the
us don't care to understand that. We
Yeah,
don't care to
so,
know.
so that's why it makes sense that they wanted some. Let me put it nicely, but I want to say nut job to join with us so we can just wipe these people off the face of the earth. Because you didn't hear Israel say it, you heard him say it, and now they can just sit back and say, "Yeah, do our dirty work for us." So I'm gonna end that here. I know I've taken up time, but this discussion with you, Ray, was good. But just
Good
remember, all of those people that you read about when we grew up and when we went to Sunday school, all of them were Black people. Jesus was a Black man. That's why he wasn't surprised when Simon of Cyrene, like he didn't look over and say, "Oh, what's this Black man helping me with the cross for?" Because they were both the same color. They were all Black. I'm through.
Yeah, I was
I just look at them colonization patterns, though. They're in that book that I described, Civilization of a Black, well, the destruction of the Black civilization, Chancellor Williams. Give it a look. Tell me what you think next time we have Sunday dinner.
Okay.
yeah. No,
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah,
Very
I'm familiar with the book, brother. Yeah, I got you.
Oh,
Yeah, I pulled it up, showed it to people while we were talking about it. And Gwen got me searching for my Ethiopia stuff now. But that was a great experience, right? Going to see it for yourself. I was just searching on that's like
yeah, I want to see it.
yeah, but Ethiopia is a beautiful place and the history is like, wow. I was looking for, I thought I had inside the churches. This here is Lalabella. So like
When you
through
going
those
again,
windows over there, like we're high up in the mountains. It's quite an experience. I was looking for
You had a picture right there.
yes, little picture in the background. I thought I had like my video. So these are like the rock strewn churches that are built down
Yeah.
into the ground. They carved them down. So it's like 12 of them. It's really interesting experience, right? So I think we should travel because I think we should travel. I think we should travel because you go and have these experiences and you just find out that everybody's lying. Like if people are lying to you about our community, about our global community, right? Like the experiences that you have. Oh, they hate you over there. Why would you go? Like there can't be nothing further from the truth. Now, everybody ain't gonna treat you the best now because people are people. Let's not be crazy. You better watch yourself. You better not pull no money out, right? Like, but you know that when you anywhere. But that's Ethiopia, right? Like literally, that's downtown Addis Ababa and they have you thinking everything's a hut, right? And I heard somebody say, well, you act like it ain't no huts over there. No, there are huts over there, but there's also rural Mississippi here in the United States that looks nothing like Chicago. Like there's a dichotomy that exists over there as well. I don't know why these ain't showing up, but I thought I had. I know y'all want to go dig through my videos, but this is, yeah, oh, that's good history too. Oh, this is in Belize. Anyway, don't get me going down the trouble. Right? Like I love all of that stuff, but we got to go see it for ourselves. And so I guess I should have mentioned that Gwen is one of our instructors inside of the Sankofa Circle and the Sankofa Club, teaching our adults and children. So she definitely loves this deep dive. And unfortunately, YouTube didn't keep the recording of her and Dr. Anita's world record, Guinness World Record attempt of teaching Black history, right? Over 31 hours. Um, like we had it, then they just didn't save it. I don't understand. And then of course you can't talk to nobody. That's the new thing about this AI era. Everybody just sends you to to talk to a bot. Nobody has an answer for you. So that's pretty frustrating. So, Gwen and Dr. Nita, if she's here, if we do it again, we just gonna have to pull up with our cameras and make sure that we
Right.
record it physically.
Right.
Um,
Right.
yeah,
Because
make sure.
because I from what happened with the church, and I'll tell you off camera, offline, what
Okay.
happened with the church, and then what happened with YouTube, it almost felt like erasure. It felt like our information was just too rich. Uh,
Mm,
because we taught all of this, what I just said, we taught about the all the Black people, everybody was Black in the Bible, but we talked about so many things, but we just didn't talk. We had people like that church that Freddie just showed everybody, those of you who were on. We actually had people take one of those uh, styrofoam uh, blocks, and take a knife and try to dig a church out of that with, because the church was made in a cross. So they took a little knife and tried to dig. And one lady did an excellent job. I mean, she really nailed it. But what we were trying to show was, that's how hard times a billion it would have been to dig the church going down out of that's volcanic rock. Isn't that what they said?
Yeah.
Volcanic rock.
Yeah.
So we actually did that. We did so many engagement things during our piece. So we have the video itself, the 31 hours and 29 minutes of no sound video. So we're eventually going to do a voiceover, and when we do the voiceover, then we'll try to you know, send it to urban intellectuals and to put it on a YouTube channel. But to say the least, we were heartbroken, but we're just going on because nothing's going to stop us from trying to achieve what we were trying to achieve. And hopefully, eventually in the next month or so, we'll come back and say what we got or what we what we experienced in terms of the Guinness. And we're going for another world record by another company called the World Record Academy. And we're going for the world record as um the first to teach um to teach over 150,000, because we really went back 150,000 years. I said 5,000 because I knew that's what people could really comprehend. But we said 5,000, but it was 150,000 years of African and African American history. I'll just say this, on Chat GPT, on Copilot, and on Gemini, they kept saying, regardless of awards, no one ever on earth that has had breath or is breathing has ever done what you all two have done, which was to teach that length of time African and African American history, from the time that we went from 150,000 years on to the present.
Wow.
So we're going to go for the first. So once you say you're the first, that's it, with the World Record Academy. So we're going for the first. We're still trying to get the title that we want to go under, but we will be the first ever to do that.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. I'm really upset with YouTube for not saving that. That was something else, but I'm glad y'all did it. And then now I know you can do it, right? So that's just great. Next time we just got to build it up bigger and make it even bigger than that. But that was amazing. It really was. And 150,000 years ago, I know that's gonna rock a lot of boats too.
Yeah, and just to be clear, we taught. It wasn't like a break. We taught the whole time.
Yeah.
We were talking and teaching the whole time. We had 5-minute breaks, and we could compile it to 20-minute breaks, but neither Dr. Lewis nor I think we took maybe 1 or 2 3-minute breaks. But people were saying when they were watching, they said, "Oh, you all, somebody." I think it was Tamiko. She said she thought we had on Depends or something, because we weren't even to go to the bathroom. But I just have to say, as Ray was saying, the God within us was keeping us, because we were so excited. And then we were excited for the engagements because they were a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with the people, and the people had a lot of fun doing the engagements. We did a reenactment of 10 comedians who had no poverty in Ghana. And then we did Black Wall Street. And at 1 o'clock in the morning, I was doing the Underground Railroad and taking them on, talking about I dressed up. I changed my clothes and dressed up, and we were talking about the code signs and symbols. So we put a lot in there. So yeah, we're talking about, yeah, we might do it again, but we just want to see what we can, salvage from this and then go forward. So thank you, Freddie, for giving me a little chance to talk about it.
No, that's great. That's great. I'm definitely excited about it. So I'm glad you're not gonna be resigned and let it go. We're gonna make sure you see this through so and make it happen. I think that'd be great. Um, okay, yeah, it was amazing. Right. I went to sleep, I woke up, I was like, wow, they still going. Like that was just amazing. It really, really was. Um, okay, so I got a couple of more minutes. I want to make sure that I use this time to pick y'all brain, right? So I think we already determined we're gonna come back, we're gonna bring Sunday dinner back, right? So we're back, Sunday dinner, right? Um, I'm thinking every third Sunday, so just be tuned in to the emails. But I'm thinking every third Sunday. This Sunday works for me. And I was looking, I got like a conflict in June or July, but we'll work it out. So it may alter there, but next Monday will definitely be the third Sunday. So I want to make sure that we do that. If you're not on our Sankofa Universe site, please join us over there. I want to get back into ramping that up. I'll drop the link to that here. It's free, so it's our social network, right? So it's like YouTube feels like a little censorship, so it's you always got to build your own platform. So we're working on that. So my questions to y'all are like, what topics do you want to take deeper dives on, right? So that you can just drop them in the comments. You can come on the mic and let me know. Like, so I already got, leaving the country. Let's have a repatriation conversation on that citizenship conversation. This is probably personal because I want to do a deeper dive on all of that. But I'm wondering, what are you interested in? Oh, another thing I'm going to bring back is the interviews, right? So remember, we were doing like consistent interviews, and then our members will have access behind the scenes, right? Where you'll be involved in the live interviews, and then during the Q&A, I have an opportunity to ask any of your questions of the professionals that we bring on. We always talk about we got a pretty extensive network of people, so I want to make sure that we're still bringing the minds in front of y'all and the conversations that you want to have, right? During these economic times, I definitely want to talk money, right? So I want to bring some more money experts to the community so that we can have the economic conversations that we need to have. Y'all know we're doing like Joel inside of the Sankofa Legacy Program, and we're talking the stock market. But I want to get back into, our life insurance discussions. I want to get into, what should you be doing with your 401k? Can you roll it over? What's the best way to make that work? Retirement funds, rental properties. I want to get into all of the money discussions that we need to have. I have been into my health lately, so I definitely want to bring some health experts in here to talk to us on a variety of different levels, right? From mental health to really what our children should be doing. Like the conversation now around the tech revolution, AI revolution, and medicine, because AI is about to really impact medicine in like a way that we probably haven't considered, is, people are probably going to start living to 100, 120, 140 years old. Like that's the conversation. Like you have a young child, if the technology continues to advance, like their life expectancy can like increase tremendously. So then like, what does that even mean though? Right? Like, it's like, okay, if you live longer, like, it's like, damn, I got to pay bills long. That's messed up. You got to like think like that. But like, imagine you retire now at 105, right? Like, damn, like, man. So I think we got to make I think there's a lot of conversations that we need to, right, Sonia? That's why. But it's like, think about it, right? Like, because you already know what's retirement age? 65, then they raise it to 65, 62, 65. Like, if people are living longer, they're definitely going to increase the retirement. I think that's an interesting conversation. I want to bring in like some education experts. These are y'all just open with whatever I'm saying. Like, you feel free to drop them in the comments if you want to know something. Like, let's take advantage of that. But I think having young people, what do you do with your young people? Right, in the age of AI, like what should they be studying? Like where is the opportunities? What is the market gonna? You gotta 12, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15-year-old, like where should you be guiding them, or where's the interest? Because what is the market going to look like in 10 years? Like Elon Musk literally decided to shut down some of his Tesla factories so that he could start making robots, right? I don't know if y'all have seen this news clip, but he's going to start mass producing robots, right? And they're putting them into, they were saying, I listened to this woman. I feel like I gave y'all this woman before, and I can never remember her name. Let's see, Sneed. I know how to spell it. Stovall. Oh man, I'm gonna put it in the universe when I find her. She's gonna come through my feed. But she's like a futurist. She's always just talking about, but she's saying in the next 5 years, you might not have a robot in your home, but in the next 5 years, you're gonna know somebody that has a robot. Like they're gonna start to become ubiquitous in our community. That's wild. Like I can't imagine a robot walking around my house. But then I said the same thing about Alexa and her nosy self over here. Alexa, stop. Right? I said the same thing, and now I got it, right? So it's like, man, people got those little Roombas, that roll around and vacuum you, sweep your floor or whatever. Like, so I don't know. That's those are like interesting. But where do you guide your children? Like, what do you tell them to go into? It's like, oh, you should be an accountant. It's like number crunching, like you could just number crunch right now, right? Like with the AI stuff on the tech that is at today. So what is that going to be like in 3 years? I don't know, y'all. By the way, I have no answers for any of this. But this is why I want to know, like, what's on y'all mind. So
Gotta know how to fix it.
where you
Gotta
at?
know how to fix it. You gotta know how to fix the stuff. You
Yeah,
gotta know how to
okay.
fix the stuff. Re-engineer stuff. You gotta know how to re-engineer stuff. Re-engineering.
I think thinking is always going to be at a premium, right?
Man.
So engineering is definitely, that's all. I feel
Re
like that's always a
re-engineer.
strong
Re-engineer.
re-engineer.
Yeah, like the TV used to have a big booty on it. Now it's re-engineered. Now it's re-engineered. It's real thin now, Re-engineering. Make it come off. Make it come off the TV. You be rich, make it come off the TV. Make it
Right.
come off of that. Don't need no TV no more. We don't need no TV.
I see the
Just a whole bunch of lights. Right.
All right, great question. Yeah. No, I love it. I love it. Okay, hold on. 67. Oh, 67 is retirement. Like that show you I'm out of the workforce, y'all. Would there be an opportunity for the Sankofa youth to present at dinner? The future is bright. Yeah, yeah. Thank you for that, Sharon. Yeah. We got to figure out how to work that back in for sure, because the elders, y'all need to see what the young people are doing. Man, yesterday, Queen AJ in the Sankofa Club presented to the Sankofa Nation before she went to prom, y'all. So she went to prom yesterday, but instead of just, taking the day off, she decided that she was going to present to the young people before she went. So she presented and then went off to prom. Our young people are pretty amazing. I thought that was pretty dope. So yes, Sharon, we definitely got to work that in. I got to figure that out. The world is definitely changing for them. Yeah, the world is wild right now. Great question. The economy will not be the same. It will not, y'all. The economy ain't going to be the same by the end of the year, right? So 5 years, 10 years, I can't even imagine what is about to happen. Deep dives into the origins of Africa's spiritual history before slavery interrupted, and other religions that tried to indoctrinate their beliefs on original people of Africa. Okay, Patricia, I can dig that. I can dig that. Okay, so religion and spirituality. I gotta have Sister Gwen in on that one before slavery. Yeah, I love those discussions. Also, All right, got medical field. Robots are transmitting signals to Larry Ellison to give your family a social score. Constantly, Oracle is doing some wild stuff. That is a good point. More AI-based movies making that creates more ways to positively show Black's power and primary shakers versus, that's the thing, right? Like, yes, it could lead to the destruction of humanity. Right? Yeah, I don't want to take that out. But there also gives a lot of regular people an opportunity to tell stories that otherwise they might not have been able to share, right? So there's a lot of opportunity and ways for us to use the AI and the tech in a positive manner, right? But we got to dive in and get involved. Like, so I think that's important. So to Ray's point, I think engineering is definitely a field because we need to be involved on the creation of this stuff, not just the using of it as well. Keep you in mind, we are buried. Our garbage as
Freddie,
is.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I was trying to jump in before. When I wanted to go back to what you were saying about, what do we teach our children, right?
Mm-hmm.
The answer is always the same, and it may sound like a shameless plug, but the answer is always the same. We have to teach our history, right? We have to teach Sankofa. We have to live Sankofa. We have to go back and get it, bring it forward always, because history, number one, teaches us and shows us patterns and information and stories so that we can identify them in the present, so that we know that we try not to repeat those things, right? But it's also, as we always say here at Urban Intellectuals, it's inspirational. It's one of the greatest inspirational tools ever, right? And so through history and through knowledge, no matter what is happening with technology, no matter how many advances happen, when you know who you are, especially when our children are taught the truth about who we are as a people on the planet, that it's empowering, and it also it arms them with all the things that they need to stay relevant, to also keep their minds open, to be creative, right? And know that they come from source. It's a powerful thing. So I don't think we don't have to really try to figure it out. That's where we start. It's always the solution. It's always the answer above all. And so what we have here at Urban Intellectuals with the Sankofa Club, it's remarkable. When I attended the Sankofa Nation Town Hall last night and witnessed, I was brought to tears. I was choked up. Miss Gwen and I were boohoo crying, literally. We had to get on the call afterwards and talk about it. But our children on the Sankofa Nation is within our Sankofa Club program. They're leading the nation by themselves. Miss Gwen is there to guide. She has poured into them and prepared them so well, and they're governing themselves. They literally handled the entire coronation the coronation of the new king by themselves. Young Ace, former King Ace, now advisor Ace, the former kings and now advisors Jaden and Peyton, Queen Kaya, Queen AJ. I was in tears, experiencing it and watching it, knowing where they started and to see how far they've come, and the order, the discipline, the respect that they have amongst each other, the trust that they have with each other. It's beautiful and remarkable, and I'm not scared of the future because of those children who are our future leaders. And so that's what we have to do as parents. We have to make sure that we're educating our children on our past. Sankofa is not just a word; it's something that we live by. And I'll end there.
You ain't got to stop. I like it. No, I love it.
Yeah, it was powerful.
Go, girl, go.
And no, I'll leave it there. It was really powerful. But okay, so let's segue into the next thing. We see the condition of the world. We see, politically, all the things, that are transpiring. History repeating itself. Uh, us sitting here wondering, like, when is this going to stop? Because if a Democrat was in office, it wouldn't have ever gotten this far, right? But we, it's like watching an accident happen and not being able to do anything about it, right? You see it coming, you see it happening, and everyone is just there, dumbfounded, with their mouths open. But at the end of the day, we know that this is whether you're a conspiracy theorist or not, it was all by design. When you go back to the Heritage Foundation and seeing, the various projects that they had, set up in the past, and now, Project 2025 literally being implemented because, and the president being given supreme power by the SCOTUS, right? Changing that law so that there's, the president can't commit treason. And then, watching all the other things unfold, Trump coming back into the presidency and, carrying the agenda forward. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said his name, but, carrying their agenda forward, it's all by design. It's nothing new. We shouldn't be surprised, but it's an alarm and a wake up call for us to start doing things differently and not just standing by anymore. Like as we always do, we always, make it through. We always survive and thrive, right? And so we have to continue that. And so we have an incredible Black Excellence Formation System that we've created to help guide people, because we're in the information age. Information is everywhere, right? And so we have to use our discernment to figure out, what we trust, research to validate or dispel, misinformation. And so what do we do? What do we do with all this information? How do we process all this information? And with tools like our Black History flashcards, our number one bestseller, right? Hundreds of thousands sold worldwide. People buy them with the intention of using them, and some people do, but it seems to be something that they may have the intention on, but not realizing the power that that little deck holds. And so Urban Intellectuals has created a Black Excellence Formation System, a simple way to use the tools that you have and the resources that you have over a 1-year time period to empower yourselves and really create transformation in adults, in children, in groups, in organizations. And so I'll let Freddie continue on. I think it's a great segue.
Oh, I was saying, no, you did it. That was excellent. And definitely a good segue, right? Y'all know Tamika always keeps me on point, y'all, because I be going, we be having fun, right? But this, and she makes the perfect point, right? We gotta think about it. It's not just about history anymore, right? It's not really just about education. I'll say that we always got to focus on what's next with the education. I definitely want to have those education forward conversations about the future and where we're going and what we need to be thinking about. But the history and that foundation is still really what we are about as a company, but it's really what we need to be about as a people, right? So we got to think about it, because it's not really just history anymore. It's still about how you think, how you move, how we lead, how we build. Because it's times like this, if we don't really have identity, we get controlled. And that's for adults and for our children, right? We get manipulated, we get led by the nose. Y'all already know how the propaganda machine goes. But most people don't even realize it's happening because most people aren't paying attention. They're not dialed in. So Tamiko gave the perfect layup. So let me make it simple, right? So we created the Black Excellence Formation System. It's a 12-month system that helps all of this, right? So it helps to design. It's designed to build identity, behavior, and legacy. That's really what we're focused on, right? It's not random learning. This is about progression, right? So we got 3 different phases. Phase 1 is about identity. So you understand who you are. Phase 2 is about behavior. You start acting differently. And then phase 3 is about ownership, right? You take control and we start to build. Identity becomes behavior, behavior becomes leadership, and leadership becomes legacy. That's really what we're getting at. So let me just remove any of the confusion. Here's what's actually included in the system. It's a guide that shows you how all of this works, right? So we get workbooks that walk you through week by week. Again, a 52-week process. A journal to process what you've been learning. I got my therapy journal here, right? I keep the talk therapy. Black therapy is important as well, right? That's another process. But journaling is a key to that. So why wouldn't it be a key in our homes when we're growing ourselves, our children, and our grandchildren? We give you a tracker so that you can stay consistent. Optional actions if you want to go deeper. 30-day challenge to build discipline. But to say it clearly, none of this work if you don't use it consistently. That's really what we found over the years with our flashcards, with our programs, with our classes, with our lessons, right? If we're not going to be consistent, it can't work, right? So you still got to do something, but all you have to do is show up, and you don't have to overthink, because that's really where people go wrong, right? So let's simplify it, right? We can use one card, one conversation, and one reflection. That's kind of the mantra, but we need to do it consistently. You don't need hours. We just need consistency. That's where we're going with all of this. So it's not really about a product. This is about our household. This is about our children. This is about our mindset. This is about our future. But if we don't build identity on purpose, it's going to be built for us, right? I think all of us know that this system don't got the best intended for us as adults or our children or our grandchildren, right? So for those that are ready, right, to step in and to start doing something about this, you don't have to overthink it, right? It's not really about buying something. It's about deciding who we're going to be, who we're going to become. I heard Brother Ray talk about, I'm just trying to find something that I can help guide and mold my children with, right? So that's what we're offering, right? Yeah, repetition of the message is key, right? So if you're interested in what I'm talking about specifically, you can click this link and check out our Black History Formation, our Black Excellence Formation System. This is the page that it's going to direct you to. It's just $97 is the investment, but it comes back by Urban Intellectuals, everything that we do, and stand by our products. But this is something a bit different. It stacks on top of our flashcards. It stacks on top of our community, and it gives you a week-by-week system of how to continue to build and grow in this world of Black history and really identity formation. That's where we are going with all of this. So again, if you don't shape your identity on purpose, the world would do it for you. And this is what's happening to us and our children, right? But we got crazy bonuses stacked inside of here. You can scroll down through the page and check out all of the structure and all of the things that are given. But it's basically about weekly rhythms, right? So we pull a card, we read it, we use the guided workbook and the prompts, complete one journal reflection, choose one optional action if needed, and then track your progress. And really that's it, right? One card, one conversation, one reflection at a time, right? And at an action, right? This is the cycle that we start to build. This is the process that we build upon. But really over the years, we found that people just want and need a structured system to bring the history to life on a consistent basis, right? So it's just like our Sankofa Circle, our Sankofa Club. If you don't show up and you don't engage, then we're not going to build and grow. So it's the same thing with the flashcards. It's the same thing with the history. Instead of random social media posts or random books that we're reading, we're building intentionally on a week by week basis, right? Because that's the thing, right? We don't need more information. We need a system. And that's exactly what this is. It's a 12-month system that we're working with. You're not just getting something to read, you're getting something to follow week by week, step by step. You're getting the foundation guide, phases 1, 2, and 3 of our workbooks, the formation journal, weekly action guide, the tracker, 30-day challenge, and everything, right? It's not a product, it's a process. And we just don't want you to be overwhelmed. It's simple, it's easy, and it takes 10 to 15 minutes a week. Like, that's it. That's it. Is it valuable? We already know it is. But the real question is, are we going to build identity on purpose, or are we just going to be shaped by default? So if you're serious about, joining us on this journey, if you're serious about who you're becoming, how you're going to show up, and how you're going to build, let's step into the system, right? So if you go to the link, store.urbanintellectuals.com/excellence, you can grab yours today while the price is still just $97 and includes all of the bonuses that are listed on the page. Is really a great value for what we're offering. It gives you an idea, an opportunity to peek inside of Urban Intellectuals and some of the deeper programs that we have to offer. There's free digital bonuses of over $1,800 that are included in this. We have classes from our Sankofa Club, classes from our Sankofa Circle family, and some genealogy information in there as well to continue to build this discussion. Because here at Urban Intellectuals, we do a lot more than just talk about history. Right? And this is another reason I want to bring Sunday dinner back, so that we can have these conversations at the forefront, so that we can have these discussions. So one, you can see that we do more than just talk about history, but two, we can just continue to have impact on our lives on a regular basis. We can have input from you so that we can make sure that we're altering things and bringing the discussions that you need. And we can assist you in any additional way that you might need. Like Jim Brown said in Any Given Sunday, about being made easy to understand. Yes, right. It's just making it easy for you to understand, making it fun and easy to not only learn Black history, but to engage it and to grow with it, right? So don't wait until later. Later is where most people get stuck, right? Go ahead and start now. Let's get busy. Join us inside of the system. This is the newest thing that we're doing here at Urban Intellectuals to make sure that our identity in ourselves and in the next generation is properly formed and continues to build and grow rather than being shaped and manipulated by those outside of our community. If you have any specific questions, let me know. I can stick around for a moment, but I do appreciate y'all joining us for this Sunday dinner. And I know our next one will be in 3 weeks. So I lied. Third week of the month, right? I forget the date. Let me see if I can get the date. Third Sunday. So that's the 17th. So May 17th will be our next one. But make sure that you're checking your emails, staying plugged in with us. Join us on Sankofa Universe, trying to get all our names together. Please join us on the Sankofa Universe. You can always tap in there. Check us out on all of our social networks to stay tapped in. You're going to see me doing a lot more content and pushes around all of the things that we talk about here at Urban Intellectuals, right? History, heritage, and wealth. So you're going to get all of those conversations on our social channels. We go deeper on the universe, and we definitely go deeper inside of our memberships. So if you have any questions about any of that, you can always email us at support@urbanintellectuals.com. All right, Tamara, appreciate that. There's the link there to our system. Once again, right now it's $97. I know it's going to go up. We're going to do a big push here coming up towards the end of the month. And then that price is going to start going up, right? So again, the value is over $1,800 worth of value, and you'll get a big peek inside the hood of Urban Intellectuals. But it's a 52-week system ready to help you grow and build and develop not only yourself, but the young people in and around your family as well. So hopefully y'all enjoyed today. Hopefully we had a good conversation. I definitely enjoyed it. I missed y'all, right? Grandma missed y'all. She told me, make sure that you take a plate. Don't be taking no plate home for nobody that didn't bother to come here. All right. So y'all know how folks be, right? Come on in and want to make 12 plates. Nah, them folks need to come and eat. They need to come in and have and fellowship with us and engage with us as well. Y'all know how y'all cousins be. But I'm about to go out back with the cousins and hang out at the after party, I guess. You know, we need a Sunday dinner after party. But look at us, close to 2 hours on the closeout. That's how you knew Sunday dinner is brand new, y'all. We used to do 5-hour marathons. But that's probably why I burn myself out. I don't want to burn myself out. I want to make sure that we continue to build this community and build these engagements because it's important to our future, right? We got to have these conversations. And I want to thank y'all for these discussion topics, for the things that you're interested in. I'll go to work on getting some experts lined up so that we can have those discussions. One last question. If y'all engage me in the comments, we want to start some domestic history and culture trips. All right, domestic here in the States. Are there any particular cities or conversations that you want to have over others? You can just drop them down in the comments. In 5 hours, it was not the max. Yeah, yeah. Hey, one day we gonna get us a marathon Sunday dinner session, but we gonna build up on that one. Oh, Tulsa. You know, Tulsa wasn't on my list. That's so crazy. And I was there in Tulsa, and oh my God, that history. Oh, see, I just got goosebumps. Look at that. Cause went to Tulsa and I got a story about Black Wall Street that I don't hear nobody talking about. I'm gonna have to say that one. I'm gonna have to say that. Yeah. This blew my mind because you know they burned it down and all of that, but there's a more devious. It's even more devious than you think it is. Like it's so crazy. And that's a good one. Thank you for that. Tell my Tulsa story. That's how I'm gonna put it. Tell. Like I'm the only one that know now, right? Tell my, like I didn't actually learn while I was on the tour there and anything. Tell my Tulsa story. That's good. That's good. Any of the existing Black run townships. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, existing like Detroit. Detroit got some crazy history, y'all. Black man townships. Durham, North Carolina is a good one. So, would y'all want to go to one place or should we do like a tour, right? So, like North Carolina, I can imagine doing the Raleigh, Durham area, but then also taking up Charlotte. Thank you, Mari. Macon, Georgia. Oh, that's an interesting one. Black Wall Street, yes, as it is known. Variants, Rhode Island slave history. I gotta go do some history myself on that road. This is why I like talking to y'all. I know it seemed like I like to talk. I do. Never telling on myself. Slave history. Yeah, we gotta go get the Gullah Geechee conversation. You know, you already know now. If you've been around, you know I got that Sierra Leone, Bunce Island, um, South Carolina connection, that Geechee combo. We gotta get in there. That's important. Geechee. I'm slow, y'all, and my handwriting is atrocious, so my bad. Oh, yes, Alabama. Oh, we gotta go to Alabama, y'all. That Legacy Museum. Are y'all hip to that? Bama. Yeah. What's that? Montgomery? Ooh, all right. We got stuff cooking. Bowling, Oklahoma. All right. Oh, that's Gwen. All right. I'm like, who know about bowling? What's going on over there? Okay. All right, Gwen. That's a good one, though. I like that. I like that. Or DC. Yeah, DC. Gotta go to Philly, DC, Atlanta. There's so many places. So, all right, Tamiko, because Tamiko's been pushing me on this, y'all. She's letting me know that y'all been pushing her on this. So, somehow we got to do like a survey or something so that the people can vote. First landing spot in 1619, Port Hampton, Virginia. Oh, sure, that's interesting. That East Coast is mean, boy, because there's a lot going on over there. That's why I think we need a couple of cities, right? I imagine a little bus tour or something. Louisiana, Florida, Mississippi, Martha's Vineyard. Okay, that's it. I've just learned much more about Martha's Vineyard. I always thought it was like some rich white people stuff. And I was like, I wasn't interested. Oh, was I being, that's probably too honest. Y'all know it's getting late. I ain't got no home training, so we gotta watch that. Whaling Shipping, Newport, Rhode Island. Oh, that's interesting. Hey, Cecilia, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good, good.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you know that the three largest ports for importation of slaves were Charleston, New York, and Newport, Rhode Island?
Really? Well, this Rhode Island keeps coming back.
Because there were plantations on Martha's Vineyard. You got the Inkwell, Oak Bluffs. Old money.
Okay. No, I am. Sounds like we need to go up that way. I need to go get some learning done, right?
Yeah.
Nantucket has some history. Okay, so it sounds like we got a lot of places to travel to. So I envision how many days? Give me some numbers down there. How many days would y'all want to do something like this? And I know it depends on if we do, multiple cities or whatnot, but just, we 3-day weekend, y'all want 5 days. Oh yeah, we missed Savannah. I feel like Savannah and South Carolina, Charleston would be like an amazing connections. I see 4 to 5 days, 3, 5 days. Inkwell was the black part of Martha's Vineyard. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's Natalia, was that was to Savannah and Charleston. Like that's just, I feel like they're like an hour and a half apart, something like that. I just know the history over there is just bananas. Yes to it all. I'd have say, give me 7 days. I want to do, you want to do the whole tour, right? All right. But I can imagine hour and 50 minutes. Okay. I can imagine, we go eat at some restaurants, get us some local culture, we get us some walking tours, we go to some museums, maybe we have some lectures. Definitely have, we gotta end with a Sunday dinner, right? Like that's gotta happen. We need a live in-person Sunday dinner. 3 to 4 days. Okay. Cooking class. All right. I like that. Yeah, get it all though, right? Like, because we got to get the local culture. So it'd be like a mimic an international trip, right? Because we got to go into the culture. We go to the Gullah Geechee. I don't want to just read about them, right? I want to go into the community. I want to learn. I would love to taste the food, right? And feel the culture and the language, right? We go to Charleston, South Carolina. We got to go get into with the people, right? So I love all of that. All right, cooking. The cooking classes seem like it might be hot. All right. So y'all don't know this, but you're getting Tamiko really excited. She been on me about this. Gullah culture, South Carolina, the Browns and Rhode Island. Okay. Yeah, all right. This is good. This is a lot of insight. So I appreciate that. We definitely got a big enough list. Now, all right, y'all ain't do my northern towns, right? Because Chicago got a crazy history up here. I love Detroit. I think Detroit has an amazing story. You have to bring your passport because we'll have to go across into Canada so that we can get the Black history on that side. So that I think Detroit offers a really unique perspective because there's history on both sides of the water. And I'm sure, like, Niagara Falls probably got some similar history and culture. Yeah, Tamiko, I'm telling on you because Tamiko's been pushing this, y'all. So y'all are getting it done. Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls. Holy I turn. Okay, anyway, that was my Three Stooges impression. It's getting late, y'all. That's what's happening. And I gotta say this because I'm a crazy Hamilton fan. Gwen, when she was talking, very first time she started talking today, she said the world turned upside down, and immediately in my head I started singing, "The world turned upside down." All right, anyway, yeah, if you're not a Hamilton fan, it don't hit the same. I don't know. We have to meet Tamiko, right? Tamiko, you gotta come. All right, Tamiko. So what if we just let Tamiko pick the first trip, and then that way we make sure that she owned the trip, and then we can make the trip about meeting Tamiko. Gwen, yeah, Gwen, I love Hamilton. When I'm out on them runs, I be running. Oh, I'm gonna be in Brooklyn, y'all. If y'all are in Brooklyn this coming weekend, I get to Brooklyn Saturday. I only be there the Monday. I'm running in the Brooklyn half marathon. So if you're in the Brooklyn area and you want to come on out and have a beer with me, because all I can see is my medal around my neck with my accomplishment and a beer in my hand. I told on myself, but hey, runners love beer, man. I don't know what it is. I think it's like that. Overton, Miami, Florida. I love that. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's got to be some good history down there. Okay, so we got a lot of places. If Hamilton, Washington, yeah, right. They were no, they're somebody said DC. I got that. Philly, DC, Atlanta. I feel like we could do Philly and DC together, perhaps. I don't know. Good luck in Brooklyn. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. I'm gonna need it. Last time I ran this distance was about 15, 17 years ago and about 20 pounds ago. So it's like, all right, one joke, I guess. I was like, man, why is this run? I run this distance. Why is this so difficult? And then like it dawned on me that I'm 20 pounds heavier. Like that's 20 pounds heavier and 15 years older. Like that'll totally do it. Right? Like, man. I was like, boy, I should have lost some weight, boy. Cause man, listen, I feel these pounds. But it's gonna be good. Nice and slow. I'm gonna take pictures and do content and all that stuff. Man, it's gonna be fun though. I'm running with some good brothers, and we're gonna have a good time for sure, for sure. So, all right, anyway, man. So thank y'all for y'all feedback on all of that, on the cities, on the interviews, on the topics. Yeah, I'm gonna get to work on all of that. We're gonna let Tamiko pick the first trip. Oh, all right, last question. Last question. How soon? Give me a month. It could be a month next year. How soon would y'all want to do something like this domestic trip? Yeah, give me a month. February 2027. I like that. I feel like if it's in February, we gotta go south because Chicago in February is ridiculous. May 2027. We ain't all the northern conversation is out in February. Like literally, there's a freeze warning tonight, y'all. And this is what mid to late April. I told you I'm in the south suburbs of Chicago. Oh, you changed it up, late June. I changed it up. Okay. All right, or maybe both, right? Okay. So we give it a little time, both. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we had snow on Friday. Finally, man, look, I'm over it, y'all. So when y'all see Freddie talking about, hey, I'm in Costa Rica and I ain't come back, y'all know exactly what happened, man. The weather ran me out. Just saw YouTube about an older Black woman in Brooklyn. In Brooklyn, who had their home stolen and been displaced as Full Black History Artifact Dreams open up a museum. Oh, really? Oh, Lisa, share the story with us or share the link. Hey, if y'all not on our universe page, please post it over there. Please join us over here and post some of that. Let us follow up. Thank you. Have a great night. Hey, Zana, have a great night yourself. Think next year will be helpful in planning. Okay, got it. Got it. All right. Thank you for all that feedback, y'all. I definitely appreciate it. Again, if you're interested in grabbing our system before the prices change, make sure that you click that second link there. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Yeah, email support@urbanintellectuals.com. And just tell them to forward that to me or Tamiko. Me and Tamiko. Let's do both of them. And then we'll make sure we follow up with that. But man, I appreciate y'all today. All right, man. You know, we was on time, and then I was like, let me drag this out a little bit because Grandma wasn't running us out of here too quickly. So, but I appreciate y'all spending the time every third Sunday. I'm back. We gonna go with this, and then I'll lean into it. Y'all remember, bring a friend. Grandma's been missing, and bring that cousin that needs to be here. But bring your questions, bring your enthusiasm, and bring your participation, right? So don't be shy. We family. But let's continue to grow and build this thing and have these good discussions. And anytime you have a topic or something that you're interested in, it's likely more of us are probably interested as well. And if you have a connection or a contact to any of the topics that we're discussing, and you're like, oh, I think this person would be great, don't hesitate to share that either. We don't know everyone, right? We want to, but we don't know everyone. But I definitely want to invest some time in helping you and your family develop, not only survive this administration or this country, but really thrive in this world, in this space, mentally, spiritually, physically, economically, historically. We got a lot of work to do as a community, and I think that we can all do it better together. So that's what I want to create with this space. And we want to extend it to our domestic trips as well, internationally, just building our community. So I appreciate y'all. Again, I'm Freddie Taylor, CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals. I want to thank Tamiko for all the work that she does. Thank you, Sister Gwen, for being on. And thank all of you for being here with us today. We back, baby. Sunday dinner is back. Mark your calendar every third Sunday. We're going to get down with some great discussion and conversation. So till next time, everybody, love, peace, and power to the people. Appreciate y'all.
Night.
Bye.
OTAP.
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 I love it. I love it. Peace and blessings.
OTAP. Thank you.
Everybody.
Hotep. Good evening.
Good evening.
We love you all.
Love you all.
Love you more.
Love you all, guys.
See you next month.
Yep.